Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dirt Empire Magazine 410 Elite Mid-Season Championships here at Eldora. Everybody's out on the track right now in hot laps. We have the Phantom Motorsports boys coming out and killing it once again. Kenny Miller on top of the board as we speak. Coulter West from LGR Motorsports sitting in that second position in the 10C. And third is Mason Hannigan, Black Diamond Motorsports driver. And here we go. So these guys winding them up right now, getting ready to go into heat race action. We'll have qualifying coming up in about a minute, up to a minute and a half. And we should be good to go for this mid-season championship. So with that, it is a double points night tonight. So if you are running in the race tonight, you will get double points for your finishing position. That will be aggregate. So any position or any points that you earn from qualifying, from your heat race finish, and also from the consolation race or feature will all be doubled. So it can shake things up for the points going into the next back half of the season here. Can make things interesting with double points. The last double points night that we will have will be the season championship. That will be week number 12. And that will be everybody's last ditch effort to score some more points towards that championship and the prize money, which everybody's looking forward to, of course. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. All my viewers out there in TV land on YouTube or Facebook. Make sure you check in and let us know that you are out there. So winding it down, got about 15 seconds left here in the hot lap session. Going to go ahead and start paying the bills here. Tonight we do have Dirt Empire Magazine. Make sure you go out to dirtempiremagazine.com. You can grab your print version of the magazine, the subscription. You can get it right there on their website. They also have some electronic format articles that you can check out as well. So make sure you check them out, dirtempiremagazine.com. Pushing the Cushion Productions. As always, we appreciate the production company for being able to put this whole shindig on. And tonight is going to be a great race. Anne-Marie checking in over on Facebook. Hi, all. And we will be seeing her son racing here shortly, Aiden Beerline. Fournier Motorsports for the 358 class this year. Fournier Motorsports has come on board to take care of all of the top 3 payouts. Free league to get into, races on Saturday nights, and we are able to pay out for the top 3 drivers. Goyette Trucking, special shout out to Anthony Goyette. Appreciate everything that he does. Sent me a new microphone. Unfortunately, I was not able to grab a cord for it, so he is supporting us and our broadcast adventures as well. So we appreciate Anthony Goyette from Goyette Trucking. Last but not least, Redline Race Designs. Make sure you check them out. It's Coulter West and myself. $5 off for the month of March for our March Madness sale. All paints are $5 off. So make sure you check us out on Facebook, and there'll be plenty of cars out here running our paint schemes tonight. And we are jumping into qualifying. Let's see if we can see who's out on the track. Looks like Tyler Schell right there, your season champion from last season, as well as your points leader. And he is sitting on top of the board right there. We have Kenny Miller out running his right now in the 23M. He won the 360s just a little while ago at Williams Grove, and he's going to be a front runner looking to dethrone the king, Tyler Schell. Trying to do a double take tonight. We've got Austin Semmelman in the house. He is sitting second fast right now, 1/1000th of a second off of Tyler Schell's qualifying time. So these front runners definitely mixing it up. Mason Hannigan sitting there in fourth. It is a flip of 4. So going into the heat races, your fourth position will actually start on the pole position for the heat races. Coulter West still putting in a top 5 there from LGR Motorsports. Shea Pallow from Elbows Up Sim Sports in the number 21 machine. He's sitting 6th fastest. Jeff Stewart also from Elbows Up Sim Sport coming in 7th. 8th is Daniel Boyd. 9th, Chris Sabaski. That's how you pronounce it. All the way from Canada. He is sitting in the 9th position right now. Now bumped down to 10th by Bryce Lucius coming into that 8th spot. Let's see, as Lucius still outdoing his qualification effort in the number 32 from Iridium Sim Sports. Not going to go any faster on lap number 2, but it was fast enough to get into the top 10. So he will definitely take him into the top 10. Most cars out there have qualified, I do believe. Let's see. Looks like we only have 19 that showed up tonight for double points night. That's going to affect a lot of drivers. Mike Caskey checking in over on Facebook. Lincoln, Illinois watching. We appreciate you tuning in, Mike. And we will be going into heat number 1 here in about 1 minute. So with all of our classes of racing this season, we will have 2 drop weeks. So meaning your lowest 2 scores will be dropped out and will not count towards your points total. So if you missed the first 2 weeks and you took zeros, those 2 zeros will be dropped out and you will move forward. If you, unfortunately, like Tyler Schell, if you have mostly wins, your lower placed finishes or your 2 lowest point values will be deducted. And with double points tonight, if you showed up for tonight, you will receive double points. If not, you're still going to lose your 2 lowest scores and you will not receive the double points. And that's going to affect about 11 drivers. I do believe we have 11 or 12 that didn't show tonight. So that should be interesting to say the least. Here we go, heat race number 1 getting ready to grid up as we are talking here. Giving them just a moment to get onto the track. Heat race number 1 now taken to the grid in the number 79 from Iridium Sim Sports. It is Daniel Boyd. Outside row number 1 in the number 21 from Elbows Up Sim Sports. It's the BS Air Jessup Logistics and Flow Racing sponsor machine, Shea Pallow. Inside row number 2. Running for Beerline Racing. He is now a privateer, folks. Keep an eye on this kid. He is 13 years old and really making a splash here in the pool of United Dirt Sim Series. We appreciate him coming on board. It's Aiden Beerline, your points leader and last season's champion in the 410 Elites. Roofco sponsored BS Air, Elbows Up Sim Sport driver Tyler Schell. Row number 3 in a brand new paint in the 4-star. Raise Energy sponsored Skull Candy machine. It is Tyler Street from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. Also to his outside in the number 56, Randy Shreves, also from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. And Skull Candy as well. Alex Hanna in the 17, rounding out the field. So we have 3 cars from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, 2 from Elbows Up. This is going to be a good one here. Daniel Boyd jumping out to your early lead. Shea Pallo holding down the 2nd position. In 3rd is Aiden Beerline. 3 will transfer directly into the A main. Tyler Street now in that 4th position trying to work up. Problems for Tyler Shell. He is all the way back to the very back in that 7th position. He has got to work his tail off here at Eldora. He is working down on the inside to see if he can catch up to Alex Hanna and trying to get things done. Your new leader out front, so we have him in the front and the back. Elbows Up Simsport. It is Shea Pallo in the number 21. He is getting it done at the moment, holding down that top spot. Daniel Boyd, all the way from Australia in that Iridium Simsports machine, sitting in the 2nd position. Now the 13A of Aiden Beerline warming it up. Beerline trying to make something happen. He is holding down that last transfer. All cars will transfer, but these top 3 will definitely be more important as it will be valued higher for the feature. Randy Shreves now trying to make a run at getting onto the podium here in the heat race. Tyler Shell on the struggle bus makes it up to 6th, but he has a long way to go to get up to the front. Shell now working on the inside of Tyler Street. It is all Shea Pallo right now. It is the Shea Pallo show, and he is putting on a clinic. Getting after it there in the number 21. Oh, that was it. So it's Pallo, Boyd, and Shreves in 3rd for your top 3 transfers. Here we go. We are going to get heat race number 2. Coming home in 2nd place tonight, the man that is starting on the pole position here in heat race number 2 came in 2nd in the 360 just moments ago. Giving him just a quick second here to get gridded up. Maybe. We're still waiting on just a few cars to jump in here. There we go. So, starting on the pole position in the number 21 from Phantom Motorsports, it's Velocity Race Design powered. Here we go. It's Chris Zabaski. And outside of him, in the number 72, from Elbows Up Simsport Over the Wall Photography BS Air, it is Jeff Stewart. Starting inside row number 2, in the number 7, from Black Diamond Motorsports, Tim Sims sponsored, Mason Hannigan. Outside of him, in the number 18, it is the man, the myth, the legend, Austin Semmelman. Glad he could make it out once again. Row number 3 on the inside from Phantom Motorsports in the number 10 car. Velocity Race Designs, it is Ross Cornata. And to his outside in the number 7, Proud Privateer right there all the way from New Zealand. It is Craig Silby. So Chris Zabaski going to bring him down to the green flag here at Eldora in heat race number 2. Let her rip, Tater Chip. We are off to the races in the 410 Elites, sponsored by Dirt Empire Magazine. Mason Hannigan trying to get an early jump on taking over that top spot. Not going to be able to do it yet, as Sabaski definitely getting it going here. Hannigan still working on the inside, not shaking Sabaski one bit. Sabaski trying to keep that momentum up high. Jeff Stewart now from Elbows Up Sim Sports sitting in the third position. He's going to go for a 2-for-1. We're going 3 wide at Eldora. Stewart with a huge slider. He keeps it clean. Sabaski has to make a different move there. Jumps down to the inside. Now Semmelman. Austin Semmelman making his run. Sitting in that fourth position. We were almost 2 by 2. Stewart cuts down from Elbows Up Sim Sport, holding down the second position in the number 72. Semmelman does a 2-for-1 special right there, as we are now working lap number 7. Stewart's battling back. Semmelman looking for any way to get around. Sabaski dropping back to the third, now flirting with the fourth position. He is trying to hold on to it as Mason Hannigan finds a whole nother gear and pulls out to the front. Top 4 cars checking out on this one here, with Hannigan at point. And the other 3, it's anybody's guess who it's going to be. Stewart gets shot up the track. A little bit of contact there. It might have been Sabaski or Semmelman. I didn't catch it. Now Sabaski in the 21 taking over the second position. Semmelman down low. Jeff gets into Jeff Stewart. Oh! Pros here holding on to it, but a little bit of contact between Stewart and Semmelman. That's going to settle him down there as we go white flag coming around for the finish here in just a moment. And it's going to be Hannigan, Sabaski, Stewart, and Semmelman finishing in 4th. Craig Silby in 5th. Ross Cornata ending in the pits. So tough break for him. We are going to be rolling directly into heat race number 3 here. Look at that. Jessup Logistics in the house. It is the 14J from Elbows Up Sim Sports, Mark Jessup. He was able to make it out tonight. Super glad to see him show up. He has been with United Dirt Sim Series since the very beginning, and he is going to come throw down tonight here in the Dirt Empire Magazine's 410 Elites. Devon Stove Designs right there. Iridium Sim Sports driver Bryce Lucius in the number 32. Outside row number 1. Your winner, once again, of the 360s that just happened moments ago, will be starting outside row number 2. That's Kenny Miller III from Phantom Motorsports. Coulter West will actually be starting on the inside row number 2 from LGR Motorsports. Rogue Energy Powered ABR Setup Shop, the 10C Coulter West. Row number 3 on the inside from Wilkes. I can't read the rest of it, but I'm sorry. It's Eric Wilkie in the number 41. And the Crazy Kangaroo himself, Jessup Logistics, Speed World Hobbies, and Goyette Trucking Powered. Chris Jones, the Crazy Kangaroo, in the number 54. Mark Jessup going to bring us down to the green flag here momentarily. We'll be seeing that pace truck pull off, and we will be green flag racing here in heat race number 3. Mark Jessup going to bring him around, and here we go at Eldora for the mid-season double points night. Miller already trying to make a quick move, trying to make it happen on Bryce Lucius. Bryce Lucius not giving up that easy. Jessup out front wants to see him battling behind him so he can try and get away. Real life racer Mark Jessup there, winning the Rich Vogler Classic when he was back in his heyday. Still holding on to the lead. Let's see if he can get it done. Kenny Miller now working on him. Miller trying to find a way around. Jessup making that car about 12 feet wide. Running through the top shelf. Now Miller with a slide job. Jessup's going to look down underneath. Bryce Lucius settling into that third position for the moment. LGR Motorsports driver of the 10C, Coulter West, trying to make his way up into that final transfer position. Problems for Wilkie. He is trying to hang on to it. He lost all control there. Looks like something's going on with his setup there. His race rig, I do believe, had some issues there because he wasn't able to steer and was still in the gas. So Kenny Miller holding it down, trying to go back-to-back tonight. He is going to try to dethrone Tyler Schell. Schell is unbeatable in these 410s here with United Dirt Sim Series, and the competition has returned. As Alex Bergeron, not able to make it this season. We had some great racing with him and Tyler Schell last season as they were going back and forth. Now Kenny Miller showing up from Phantom Motorsports to carry the torch. We are on the white flag. Mark Jessup still holding down that second position. That Paints by Tunican 14J getting it done right now from Elbows Up Simsport. Holding down second. Coulter West into third. Bryce Lucius loses it at the line. He's going to come home in fourth. Chris Jones in fifth. So that is going to do it for some heat race action here. I do believe we will be running the warm-up, but I'm not quite sure. I'll have to wait to hear from my admins. Yes, it looks like we will be doing a 5-minute warm-up to get the track whipped into how we want to see it. And then we will be rolling directly into the A main. Great time to grab your drinks, hit the bathroom, do what you got to do, because we are going to come back to 30 laps here for the A main in the mid-season championship for Dirt Empire Magazine 410 Elites. Stay tuned. So here we go, still on top of the board right here in this last practice session before the feature starts. Tyler Street out front from Sofaking Fast Sim Sports. Austin Semmelman in second. Mason Hannigan in third. Tyler Schell sitting in the fourth position, fourth quickest, and Mark Jessup in fifth. So Jessup with a strong showing tonight. Super glad to see that. Like I said, been away from the sport for a little bit. He's come back, and we are glad to see that he can make it tonight. So about a minute and a half left here in the final practice before we roll directly into the 30-lap battle. here at Eldora. Once again, want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Should be a good one here. So, practice getting ready to wrap up here in about 40 seconds. It is going to be one hell of a battle tonight with all of the top talent from United Dirt Sim Series showing up here for the double points night, and you better believe they're going to be fighting for every one because there is a cash payout on the line. Everybody trying to get every point they can towards that points championship so they can take home the big prize. So, final practice is wrapping up, and we will be gridding up some cars here momentarily, and we are going to get to racing. You wanted the best, you got UDSS. Here we go for 30 laps here at Eldora for the mid-season championship double points night. Dirt Empire Magazine 410 Elites. Starting on the pole position, the number 21 from Elbows Up Sim Sports, it is Shea Palo. Outside row number 1, in the number 7 from Black Diamond Motorsports, it is Mason Hannigan. Row number 2 on the inside, it is going to be Kenny Miller in the 23M. Outside of him, all the way from New Zealand, it is Daniel Boyd. Row number 3 on the inside, from Canada, Phantom Motorsports driver Chris Sabaski. Outside of him in the 14J, Elbows Up Sim Sports driver Mark Jessup. Row number 4 on the inside, from Silver King Fast Sim Sports in the number 56, it is Randy Shreves. Outside of him from Elbows Up Sim Sports, it is Jeffrey Stewart in the number 72. Row number 5 on the inside is going to be the 10C of Coulter West from LGR Motorsports. Outside of him, the 4-star of Tyler Street from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. Bryce Lucius, Austin Semmelman, Tyler Shell, Craig Silby, Chris Jones, Aiden Beerline, Ross Corniata. We are getting ready to go green flag racing. I am sorry if I didn't announce your name. I apologize. Let's talk about it. Get in the top 3, and we will have a conversation. We are green flag racing. Shea Palo out front currently. Right there with Mason Hannigan trying to pick up right where he left off. Working down on the inside, looking to take over that top spot in the number 7. Shea Palo trying to hold as much momentum as he can. He is working the top shelf. Hannigan working all the way down low. Hannigan trying to get a run. If he is pulling ahead, it is by mere inches right there. As you see now, he has about a car length. He is one of the only drivers, except for about half pack back, that is working that bottom side. Tyler Shell up 9 positions all the way to 5th already. Hard charger right there so far early on in this one. Austin Semmelman going up about 7 positions. And it looks like the first yellow flag is out. Let's see what happened here. Looks like it might be Daniel Boyd. Let's take a look here as we ride along here. The number 79 of Daniel Boyd. Oh, man. He got shuffled around right there. So tough break for him, and he will be going to the back of the longest line here to get started. So tough break for him. It is early on in the race, though, however, so hopefully he has enough laps to move back up. Early leader Mason Hannigan in the number 7. Taking it over from Shea Palo. I don't think that's the last we've heard of Shea, though. He is going to fight tooth and nail to get on the podium. So, right behind Shea Palo, you have Kenny Miller, Austin Semmelman, and Tyler Shell. Shell already moving up 8 positions so far. We're going double file restart, so he'll be on the inside of row number 3, right next to Sabaski in the 21 car. Top talent out here tonight and in United Dirt Sim Series, and this is basically like the Outlaws version for United Dirt Sim Series. We are bringing them loud and proud, and they are getting ready to go back to green flag racing right now with Mason Hannigan, full wood, sending it at Eldora, goes in high. Let's see how that is going to work out for him. He is trying to fight off a pack. Now look at that, Tyler Shell going up into second, but gets into some trouble. He's going to lose a few spots, goes way back. He is back to 6th position now. Shell trying to hold on to it in the number 85. So he went from 2nd to 6th in a blink of an eye, and luckily he was able to hold on to it and didn't stuff it in the wall. Hannigan trying to run away as quickly as possible. Caution out on the speedway. Uh-oh. Sofa King Fast, Sim Sports driver, might be Tyler Street in the 4-star. Let's keep an eye on it. Looked like Sabaski gets a little crazy in front of him there. They're 3 wide. Oh, and Jeffrey Stewart checked up, and Street wasn't able to, unfortunately, so he caught the back end of that one. Hopefully that car isn't too damaged. So that is a tough break for Tyler Street, going all the way to the tail. Looks like Coulter West down in the pits might be done for the night. Looks like he doesn't even have a front end on that car anymore. So LGR Motorsports driver Coulter West finding a tough break tonight, as he was doing pretty well here at the start of this one. It is still Hannigan, Miller, and Palo, top 3. Then you go Semmelman, Shell, and Randy Shreves. We've got some talented guys here, as this will be the second and final double file restart. Be looking for some green flag action here. 8 laps of 30 in, and I tell you what, this is going to be a barn burner. We'll give you the seat, but you're only going to need the edge. Here we go. Green flag racing with Mason Hannigan in the number 7. Kenny Miller trying to hold on to that second and third position here as they battle side by side. Miller and Palo. Shea Palo trying to make something happen. Now Tyler Schell throwing his name in the hat for that third position. Already trying to get onto the podium. Semmelman in the 18, now working on the inside of Schell. Man, these guys are battling here. Shea Pallow not giving up either. Aiden Beerline now coming into the race. He is sitting in about 5th or 6th, I believe. Wow, these guys are getting after it. Beerline running all the way out against the wall, top shelf. Tyler Schell making the pass, but Semmelman working down on the inside. Currently showing Semmelman in the 3rd position. Now Schell going to pull up. But Aiden Beerline, 13 years old, working down on the inside of some of the best on the service for iRacing. Mixing it up right there. And let's see. Man, looks like tough break for Bryce Lucius possibly. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here and see. Bryce Lucius right there in the 32. Oh, Pallow gets out of the wall. Lucius couldn't steer down hard enough and keep it off of him. So just plowed into the back end there of Shea Pallow. Lucius ruining the whole aerodynamics of that one with no plastics or sheet metal left on the front of that machine. Some tough break there for Bryce Lucius. Back up front, you have Mason Hannigan still out front. Miller in 2nd and Schell 3rd. Can't count out Austin Semmelman or Aiden Beerline. Look who's sitting in 6th. It's Sabaski. Then you have Stewart. There's still a lot of guys that have a chance at winning this one. Shreves in 8th. 9th is Jessup. Wilkie in 10th. I mean, this is some good racing here as we are almost halfway home in the mid-season championship. These guys fighting tooth and nail to get every last point they can get towards that championship. Current points leader is Tyler Schell. He has a lot of company out there on the track tonight that can definitely give him a run for his money. Hannigan, a big-time front runner. He does very well here in the 410s. Miller, Semmelman, can't count any of these guys out, as this is going to get even better as we get closer, every lap closer to the checkered flag. Mason Hannigan out front. There you go. You'll see him as they come by. Wow, they are getting after it here. Now we've got Schell and Miller battling for the 2nd position. And Beerline right on Schell's tail tank. Beerline trying to hang on to it. He had a little bit of Louisiana wiggle there, but holds on to her. He's all the way outside. Then you have Austin Semmelman trying to tiptoe on the inside like a catfish. Look at him go down on the bottom, all the way up against the wall. So cars pretty much everywhere. It looks like the track is pretty free, and they're able to pick where they want to run. Top line might be the fast line right now. Schell with a big slider makes contact with Hannigan. Going to drop back into the 3rd position. Took a swing. It didn't make it. Landed short. Beerline now trying to work his way past Tyler Schell. Let's see if he can do it as we have about 10 laps left. Beerline holding off Austin Semmelman. Semmelman trying to make something happen here in the late stage of the race. And we have another caution out on the speedway. It looks like Eric Wilk is in the number 41. Let's see. Yellow, purple right there. Gets up into the wall. Tries to save it. He's chasing it. And got into the outside wall. Throws it sideways. Trying to clear the track there. Hold what you got. He does. So Tough break for him as he was starting to move up through the field here. And back up front, it is all Mason Hannigan. Kenny Miller sitting in second still. Tyler Schell third. Aiden Bierlein fourth. Then you have Austin Semmelman. Right behind Semmelman, second place finisher for the 360 midseason championship tonight, Chris Sabaski, all the way from Canada. Phantom Motorsports driver. You've got tons of talent out here tonight, and let's see what you got. Anne-Marie Bierlein checking in. Let's go, Aiden. He is currently running in that fourth position. Right there, you see him. Trying to put it on the podium with some of the best right in front of him, and he is hanging tough. So we will have to see how this one shakes out in the end. Mason Hannigan going to bring him back down for the green flag here momentarily. Should see the pace truck dropping off here. And we are going to go back to green flag racing. Right now they are on it. Hannigan down the hill, trying to get every little burst of speed he can. Rolling down the banking, coming out of 4. Kenny Miller in the third, holding down that second position in the 23M. Tyler Schell now looking on the inside. He's going about mid-track. Aiden Bierlein in the 13A. Going to try and sneak around the outside. Oh, contact with Schell and Miller. Schell, I think he thought he had a little bit more room than what he did. Austin Semmelman makes the pass as well. Schell going to try and battle back on the inside, but the top 3 right now. Woo-wee, look out. Look out. So big contact there between Kenny Miller and Aiden Bierlein. Bierlein going to drop 2 spots. Tyler Schell back to 14th by the time he got the handle back on. Bierlein coming down the track and making contact with Schell after Bierlein and I believe, let's see if we can go back and look. Let's see if we can see what started a lot of that there. I believe it's right around here. Schell coming up, makes a little bit of contact with Kenny Miller. Miller tries to hold on to it. Bierlein goes down for a slider. And it should be coming up right here. Oh, so it looks like Bierlein, I thought he made contact with, looks like he might have just had an issue there and shot down the track after making contact with the outside wall. So now Schell not where he wants to be for double points night. Your points leader at the end of the longest line. So crazy turn of events here for this one with about 5 laps. It's going to be a 5-lap shootout here. Out front's going to be Hannigan, then Miller, then Semmelman, Sabaski, Bierlein, top 5. This is going to be insane. Austin Semmelman trying to work down on the inside of Kenny Miller. He's going to push Miller up the track a little bit. Miller saw him coming. Running all the way out against the wall there. Semmelman right in his tire tracks. Everybody chasing Mason Hannigan. Hannigan with the car to beat tonight. Sabaski up to that 4th position there in the 21. Laps winding down in this one. They are going to have to start making their moves. Bierlein now top 5. He is looking to try and make a move on Sabaski. We are 28 in with Mason Hannigan out front. Semmelman still working on the inside of Kenny Miller. Miller having just a little bit more off the corners, it looks like. Winding down fast. Hannigan looking to take a win here in the 410 Elites. Caution out on the speedway. Oh, wow. We are going to go green, white, checkered here in this one. Looks like it might have been Craig Silby here. We'll take a look. Silby running down. Gets into Randy Shreves. They make hard contact. And Craig Silby with hard contact on the wall there. Oh, and Alex Hanna putting it in the wall as well after the caution flag came out. Some rough one for the number 17 there. Flashing back up front. Once again, we will go green, white, checkered. Kenny Miller, Austin Semmelman, and Aiden Bierlein going to have one last chance to try and take that top spot from Mason Hannigan. Hannigan holding down the point pretty good tonight. That thing looks like it's on rails. It pretty much went wherever he's wanted it to go. Miller trying to get a good restart. Let's see. Looks pretty good. Austin Semmelman, though, already trying to pass for the second position. As we are going to be coming to the white flag this time by. Semmelman with a slide job. Hannigan coming down track. Miller going to try and take away some of that momentum from Austin Semmelman. Let's see how they're going to finish here. It is going to be Hannigan, Miller, Semmelman, your top three. Wow. Bierlein in fourth. Fifth is going to be Tyler Street. That was a good race there at the very end. Boys mixing it up. Mark Jessup there in sixth. Let's check in and see. Tyler Schell went all the way to the back of the line with only a few laps left and battled his way back up to the 8th position. So we will give these guys just a quick moment here to get their cars over onto the front stretch and ready for interviews. All right, let's check and see what we got here. Looking for Austin Semmelman, and then we will have everybody ready for their driver interviews here. Well, we are going to pop in with second place here. And if Austin comes in, then we will jump back over to him. So here we go. Coming home in second tonight. One spot short of the W, the 23M. Kenny Miller, the third from Phantom Motorsports. Man, how was that race?
It was definitely interesting. My headset cut out on lap. I think it was around the halfway point. So I was just racing with what I was feeling with my throttle in my hands. So it
Oh
was uh,
wow.
it was definitely it was definitely different, but it made for a good race.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It looked like everybody racing for the same real estate. A few light contacts there. One with Tyler Shell, and were you worried when you had a few uh, not bobbles but incidents there on the track? Did that worry you that you hurt your car or anything?
No, I just was trying to do the best I could. I hate to run people like that if I cause any trouble with anybody, but I was just doing the best I could. I couldn't hear if somebody was underneath me or outside of me or whatever. I just had to race with what I felt and what I could see in front of me and partially up the back mirror. So yeah, if I got into
Well, it didn't.
anybody,
It didn't look like anything like that. I was just saying, like, it just looked like you guys were racing for the same real estate, and especially if you didn't have a headset, that had to be a real interesting thing. Like you said, you wouldn't be able to even hear the cars coming up on you. So, yeah, pretty crazy, man. But you got it done. Second place, at least in the 410s for double points tonight. That'll help. I know you were a late join for the point series, but the double points never hurts, and that should help out your cause a lot.
yeah, it was good to put a good run there together. Yeah, I really like Eldora, so it was good to have a good run here, and we'll keep trying to be consistent and see where we fall.
Well, who would you like to thank? Who makes this all possible for you?
Everybody at Phantom Motorsports, Velocity Race Designs, Power Outdoors, Weichel Sportswear, CD Cinematography, they all help us out. Good deal and help us continue to go fast.
There you go. That is Kenny Miller coming home in the second position tonight, and with the win, the number 7 of Mason Hannigan.
I'll be dead honest with you. You scared me so bad right there.
Did I?
Looking at my phone, I did not expect you to boot me.
Well, it looked like Austin wasn't able to make it for an interview tonight, so we skipped him, and I went straight to second, and then you were next. So, man, your car was on rails tonight.
I was not expecting it at all since I absolutely despise this track and running the top here.
Well, you did it pretty well.
I I don't know.
I don't know if you did it
I'm
well. You did it very quickly. I'll put it that way.
mm, I'm not sure. I'm not sure to be honest with you.
Well, it's good enough to hold off the rest of the talent here in the Dirt Empire Magazine's 410 Elites. So I would say that that's something.
Yeah, I was kind of glad. Nothing against Tyler, but it's always fun when he starts in the back because it's just a lot easier to stay out front without him in the front.
Yeah, when you don't have to battle him, right?
I mean,
He got caught up there about mid-race and had to go all the way back to the tail and still made it back to eighth position.
yeah, I was hoping. I saw him in a relative, and he was in. I think it was fifth or fourth or so, and I'm like, come on, man, give me a break. And it was only 13 laps in. I was like, oh, here we go, because I knew he was gonna get to me, or I was like hoping something that he'd get checked up, and I guess something happened there, and um, we just able to get out front early and kind of utilize the bottom, even though I was terrible. I was just push tight every time I ran the bottom. So um, go back and look at it and figure figure something out to run the bottom, and hopefully it comes back into play like that in another league race sometime.
Well, man, I tell you what, I know you say like, "Oh, I don't know that I was that fast," but man, you were pulling away most every time we got onto a green flag run. You were stretching everybody out, so it might not have felt fast, but you were fast for sure. Because I mean, I don't think anybody else had anything for you. Even coming to the later stage of the race. So your setup held up, and you held it together and put it all together for a win. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, honestly, it was. I mean, once you get single file out, Eldora is more of a track where if it's on the top, it's just more of a don't make a mistake game, and the restart saved me because I figured the first restart out, and how I needed to get the jump on Kenny every time, and I I think I managed to do it. I'm not sure where he was every time, but I always try and change the restarts up, make sure the guy behind me doesn't um, get the same start, and we did that, and Austin Austin scared me that one time off of four because I ran that cut down line for the previous 10 15 laps or so, and because the top of four was you don't even want to know,
Yeah,
don't even want to know.
it looked rough. I saw you running
Yeah,
the
it
cut
was.
down line, and
Yeah,
yeah, that
I
was
just
interesting with Austin,
yeah,
but you
just
held it together.
mainly yeah, just mainly just trying to not flip out of the ballpark and not end up near the flagman
There you go.
or the hot dog stand, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
really, there's nothing out of four, so I'm just gonna end up in the grass area.
yeah. Out
So
in Nowheresville,
it's like, well,
you did it, brother.
yeah,
Double points
finally.
night, so you probably made up some decent ground on Shell,
Yeah,
and
honestly, I think we made a little bit there. We made a little bit on beer line, and Kenny was quick too, so I think we stayed even there because I was just able to capitalize in the heat race. But that saved my points night because if I would have finished any further back, I would have been starting in the back and wouldn't have as many points. And um, we'll come back next week and see if we can do the same thing we did tonight.
absolutely. You know, Beerline went up 12 positions. He was a hard charger tonight. Finished fourth. Started 16th. It's pretty good as well. So you guys all battling it out all the way to the very end. Who would you like to thank, man? Who helped get you into victory lane here at Eldora?
Yeah, Black Diamond Motorsports, all the guys that support them, and can't thank you guys for putting on the league and broadcasting this deal, and we'll see where we end up next week. Next week is always a different race, and you just never know how it's gonna play out.
Well, we will see you then, and probably before that, maybe for the midgets.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully we can get
Do it
another
all
win at
over again,
Eldora
right?
again. Yeah, I feel like I'm at the Four Crown Nationals.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, non wings Tuesday, right? Yep, and then
Yeah.
Silver Crown Wednesday.
Yeah. No. No, we don't
Uh,
race those.
what? All right, all right.
Yeah. You
Well,
got to vote for that next season, I guess. But
I'd love me some Silver Crown.
well,
Just weighted down
might be
360s.
interesting.
Weighted down 360s.
Could be interesting for sure. Well, we will see you tomorrow night and next week in the Dirt Empire Magazine 410 Elites. Congratulations on the win, man.
Yep, thank you.
All right. That's Mason Hannigan in the number 7. I almost said 1X because that's pretty much every other car that he runs.
I think I'm gonna get you fool here from the rest on out.
I know. See, you're going to mess me up. So that is going to do it for us, folks. We appreciate it. And we will see you tomorrow night for some pro late models and the midgets. That those both of those will be starting same bad time, same bad channel. So we will see you then. Once again, thanks again. Have a great week. We will see you next time.